Hey everybody, how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I've been having an interesting day. Kind of funny, I'm taking the day off, except for I ran a meeting this morning. I'm going to a meeting this afternoon. Kind of funny, you know, the life of leadership. Sometimes you really get to take days off when you plan on it. But that's cool. I officially took the day off from work. Mostly because I just had a bunch of things I needed to work on today that wasn't regular work related. So been making good progress in that, and I've been watching the build conference. So I hope others been watching the build conference. Hope you've been getting a lot out of it. I've been finding it very interesting. Lots of good things. I'm going to talk about some of the updates. You know, now that more things are out of embargo and everything, I can talk more about some things. Talk about that here in a moment, but definitely, like I said, been having a good day. I hope everyone on the stream has been also having an awesome day. So let's get some background music going. Why this start automatically? Fix that real quick. Oh, there we go. A little bit of background music. All right, so let's start off with, you know, when I start off each day, you know, with some news. And most of the news is going to be about things to build. Shocker, shocker. But definitely a couple of things I wanted to point out that's up to date. So number one, I thought this was an interesting article on Beta News. So more than 88% of organizations now use the cloud. So, you know, they go through here, they're talking about 88% of organizations use the cloud in some form or fashion. And at 45% expect to move 3/4 or more of their applications to the cloud over the next 12 months. So that's a pretty good number. It's interesting, you know, we keep on hearing this from cloud vendors, like, look, really what has moved in so far is tiny compared to all the infrastructure. There's so much more to be moved out. So, you know, this was an O'Reilly study that did this. Kind of interesting. You know, 49% are running applications on traditional on-premise systems. That does not surprise me in the least. And 39% use a combined and a hybrid. and then 54% use multiple cloud services. And again, I'm curious how exactly they're defining, saying using multiple cloud services. So I'm curious by this. Are they saying, that Azure and AWS and Google, or are we talking about like the smaller stuff? Like for example, I mean, we use we're mostly Azure, but like we have some things in Rackspace. So are we? I mean, that is definitely multiple vendors. So here, I like the numbers that you're using here. So they're saying, AWS is greater than 61%. No, I'm sorry. Here we go. Here's what I'm looking for. 67% are on AWS, and then 48% on Azure and 32% on GCP. Actually, I'm surprised the GCP's moved up that much or anything else. I don't really hear as many, other than when you're talking to Google folks. But yeah, it's definitely some interesting numbers. I think the biggest thing to point out is there's still a lot to grow in here. A lot of growth in here to move up. There's that one. The next one. Now, I talked a little bit about this yesterday, but the multi-platform app UI, which they're naming Maui. So here's just to talk about. Again, I'm not a front-end developer, but I will say this is one. At the summit, this is one of the things I was more excited about hearing about was this Maui concept. Just the whole idea of combining everything together, getting it all together, makes a lot of sense. And, I thought this image does a really good job of showing this, right? Simplifying how everything works. And, I mean, really, this is a culmination of what Xamarin started so long ago, right? Trying to be able to do everything with one platform and everything. But now with a full thrust of what Microsoft can do with it. So definitely was interesting to see this. They're talking about some of the app patterns in here. This is definitely a good article. Here, I definitely will share this because I do recommend folks take a look at this. The other interesting part is all modern work will at that time shift to .NET 6. So basically, they're saying everything's all of the Xamarin is going to move into this. That was interesting. I didn't even know. So they have actually, you now can go to the Maui repro. So that's pretty cool. Well, I love the fact that Microsoft develops in the open, right? It does make things. It's nice to see things as they're being developed. Nice to be able to post issues directly in there. Hey, Mike, how's it going? So really love seeing that. So some other announcements in here. I mean, so we can see now there's this Learn TV, right, which is in preview. So just another way of Microsoft providing a central place. Now, honestly, Microsoft does this every couple of years. They come up with something different, but I like this. I mean, you look, you see there's featured content. I'm not going to click the video, but then you see like they're tying things together. So. Curious what we get in here. So we start seeing like we can do Azure fundamentals and have basically a 10-hour course on this. This is pretty cool. All right, I like this. I definitely have to check some more of this out in more detail, but highly recommend you check this out. So this is the Microsoft Learn, right? So definitely I think worthwhile checking out. Again, continue on, and again, I'm not going to stick too much on this because I haven't done a Windows. Well, actually, I did a Windows app about 6 months ago, but that was just for internal use. But I haven't really done Win32 development since it really was 32-bit. But I thought this was interesting. More than anything else, just combining everything. Kind of making sure that UWP doesn't die. I mean, companies did invest money into that. I do love Project Reunion. I mean, I like the name of that. So yeah, definitely, if you're in that space, check that out, right? I mean, that's definitely, if you're in the space, you probably already know about it. But something good to know about. Another good one here. Actually, it was in the news that was given to us earlier. I just missed this one. So the Windows Package Manager, right? I mean, this is pretty cool, right? I mean, here you know, kind of taking, it's kind of like NuGet for Windows, right? And I like this. Now it's interesting. It's also basically chocolatey. I mean, in reality, and it's, the funny part was people were asking, and I do like they answered this right away. Why not just buy chocolatey or contribute to this? And they talked about it, right? They said, they wanted to have that repository of trusted applications, and I think that's important, right? I mean, again, we're not talking about a regular tech company. We're talking about Microsoft, right? I mean, they have to ensure that they keep what gets in there is valid. And then they talked about how they're, and then another key challenge was basically being a native Windows application, right? I don't know how important that is, to be honest with you, but that was one of the things they found important. So I mean, definitely a good article, a good read. Definitely something I want to check out more. I mean, I seem to rebuild machines every couple months, so I'm hoping that could maybe help me out. So another good article. So Build 9s, or Build 5.9, sorry. This is a good website overall for Azure. Definitely lots of good information. And really, I'm just going to link to this because I'm not going through all this. But what is great is they have put together all of this Azure service updates and tied this all together. All right, and you can see that's a lot of updates. Some of which I talked about yesterday. Some of which I'm sure I'll talk over the next couple weeks and such. But here's a great, with links directly to, the blog articles and such that talk about that. So that's a great article that I wanted to share. But then the other thing, so here's the thing. So .NET 5, right? I mean, going back to here, which really isn't just about .NET 5. This is about Maui. Talking about how .NET released. Well, the other thing they talked about yesterday, and I love the transparency here, is that COVID-19 is actually causing delays on .NET 5. And really what this boils down to is, they're not able to do their whole vision, for this. And here, I'm going to refresh this on purpose. But, and here's kind of, I've been saying this, I've said this a couple times on the stream, I've been saying in other groups, what we're doing through, with this work from home because of the quarantine is not the same thing as regular work from home, right? Not at all, right? I mean, this is definitely completely different. And that's really what they're experiencing, right? It's not the same thing when we work from home and, and you're by yourself all day long, right? Now, sons and daughters are home, which ends up, I know in my house, my daughter's home, which means it riles up my dog more. So I got to deal with the dog more often because normally, literally just sitting here at my feet, or usually right behind my chair. It's one of those two places normally throughout the day. But now that my daughter's home all day long, that riles him up. Plus, for example, we've got the living room up front of the house, and we've got the gates that we close rooms off. And I normally keep that gate closed during the day because, if the dog gets out, to the front, the front of the house, he sees things outside and he wants to bark at it. Right. Well, of course, everyone forgets that. Especially my daughter, she forgets all that. The point being, he's definitely caused delay. So it was actually interesting to see that. I mean, because you think about it. I mean, the big thing that's getting delayed is Maui. Right. So Maui was supposed to be released as .NET 5, which I gotta admit, when I heard of it, wow, that's aggressive. Right. That is really aggressive to pull this off basically in a year and a half. I would, that would have been impressive, honestly. But now basically Maui is going to get a part in .NET 5, but really is going to finish off in .NET 6. And that's really what we're talking about here, right? In this article, he's talking about what's going to happen, and then he talks about what we're going to see in that. Or no, here's what he's talking about. What's in .NET 5 preview, but he's talking about how we're going to push things out, Yeah, here we can see, oh, this is just talking about the pipe, the schedule. But I tell you what, I'm really liking this. I gotta admit, you know, about a month ago, I was debating, you know, what do we do? All right, because .NET 5 has some interesting things coming into it, but it's gonna be a current release. I like the fact that .NET 6 is now gonna have the majority of those things, so which will be LTS, so we can release to. But what I thought was interesting, the other part the reason why I refreshed, you know, and I'm not going to get into the political side of all this, but I love the comments. All right, I mean the comments are basically, why are you blaming this on a pandemic? There is no pandemic. I mean, come on, people. I mean, first off, just get real, right? I mean, you know, I mean there is definitely something going on, all right. But more importantly, I go back to, because I'm not harping on whether there is or is not a pandemic and where it's overblown and such. What I'm really harping on is the fact that people are not understanding that regardless, you know, what you think about this, still everything has changed, right? And it's causing delays. And I bring it up because one last article I want to point out up on Beta News, which now grant you, Beta News likes to never read the comments. No, I read the comments on purpose, right? Because of, you see morons like that in it, right? You know, that's why I read the comments. But so Beta News is kind of interesting. I mean, you know, they definitely like clickbait, right? I mean, you know, their titles will do that to you, and they definitely like taking more, you know, sometimes the more unpopular opinion type ideas. So remote working doesn't help productivity. Like, oh, come on, right? And it's interesting. You look through this, and it's talking about currently, right? You know, and they're even talking about right now that, you know, 85% of the U.S. is working from home. I guess in Europe, you know, it's now declined to 76%. But then it's talking about how we're not really seeing any real productivity improvements. I'm like, wrong time to judge this, right? This is the absolute wrong time to judge the productivity of work at home. Because, as I've said, this is not the same thing. Just kind of curious. Don't read the comments, but here, I mean, just curious what the comments are. Yeah, I mean, here's a perfect example. Working from home is not about increasing hours, you know, and spent in front of the computer. Because there was a mention of that in this article, right? It's, you know, people working from home are on the computer more hours, but they're not getting more productivity. Yeah, number one, that is not the reason why I work from home. That is generally a side effect, right? You know, generally find that people do work more when they work from home. I know, you know, and this is my advice to any manager who has folks working from home. Watch them. Make sure that they're not doing way too much work, right? I mean, yeah, sure, that's what we want, right? I mean, in reality, we want that because we want the, you know, the more work out there. But that's, you know, we're going to kill our people if we do that. So, yeah. So anyways, just thought, you know, this was an interesting article just in the sense that, actually, I completely disagree with it. I mean, more than anything else. So, all right. So that was the news. I mean, again, lots of great things going on at on Microsoft Build. I've been following along as I can. I actually have not been able to watch as much as I wanted to. You know, and a lot of it's just been, you know, there's been a lot of work going on. Good things, right? Good and just busy things. I tell you, it is nice working for a company that definitely understands that not everything's possible. Right? Definitely a nice relief. All right. That out of the way. All right, so let's move back over to where we're at yesterday, and yeah, this is where we were at yesterday. We were just, you know, after I stumbled with the whole label thing, this is where we got. So now, what I need to do. So basically, I just want to get a links thing working. All right, and again, this is just fake stuff just to get something in. At this point, what do we have? We definitely, I mean, I have not looked at this since yesterday. We've got our configuration value, and again, this should still be working. making sure I remember where I was at when I stopped yesterday. Yeah, there we go. So we're getting those values. Oh, okay, yeah. And and then I was testing the whole default versus putting a label. All right, so that's all great. Now, what I want to do. So in here, in our links, we're just going to extend this a little bit more. And we're how are we going to do this? I know what we're going to add new class. Let's create a, what do we call that? I hate the word helper, but I use the word helper a lot. But let's just call it app configuration. For now, at least. And let's put our what we're going to do in here is put the regular, all right? But what I was working on in program, I mean, basically, we can pretty much take this, both of these. We do like that. And that, you know, let's get my, come on. Find it. Settings is right there. Why is it not? Oh, okay. That's fine. That's because I copied it over from a different project. That's why that's no problem. So there, I've moved that over here. So now, you know, now in theory, all we, our console app is just going to do the thing. Just now, all app configuration. Of course, that'll give me, oh, they're already static. Again, sanity check, it does work. All right, so that's cool. Now, what I want to do next, if I can click on the right thing, there we go. Now what I like to do, yeah. So we have those. Now let's do this though. Public static void. No. Public static T. Get configuration value. That should be complaining because of this. So what I want to do is, you know, basically pass in a type. So, you know, you can pass in the links, and then you would get back all the ones that are there. And then we'll use some reflection to get that. So what we're going to do, let's see if I actually remember this code off the top of my head. I probably don't. I don't. Go back to our browser, and I've got too many browsers up right now. Definitely in the middle of way too many things today. All right, let's just here we go. This is big. Because I should remember off the top of my head. I'm horrible. All right, I'm trying to figure out why Stream Elements decided to post it on live again. I hope I didn't screw something up on my screen. Okay, so what we want to do in here, so for each, hold on, no, that's not what I want. So var properties equals Okay, why am I not what I want? That example code's probably answering something. Followers times. Okay. Great. What's going on here? So I guess we're getting spammed here. Hold on a second. We do some moderation here. I don't know who this is. Really what I wanted to do. All right. I guess just ignore stuff coming in here. Weird. Or okay. I don't know. Ignore the spammers. All right, back to where I was. Here we go. Here's the comment. There we go. That's kind of low. Now let's. An item. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing. It's the get type. I'm still. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I know where I got the code I want. Look at something else I was working. Doing this in here. Yeah, this is what I'm right here. There we go. All right, now. Now what I want to do is with each of those properties. If property is writable, define, or what am I looking for? Can write, that's what. Right, because can write can be written to you. So if we can write it, then we'll go get that value, right? So in here, you know, then we can just call the create this return object t return value. Yeah, I know I can do that. Let's see here. Generic C# generic create. Create new, yeah, there we go. Create instance. Present, right? Okay. Or the activator. So just do object result activator. Great. Cannot convert delegate into invoked. It's like this. Is a type of. There we go. All right, there we go. Now I've got the thing created, and now so we look at these properties. So we see if property can write, then we would say, which would tell me whether or not it has a setter value on it, and so then we would do it's a property I'm looking for. Look at my own code here from before. When I set the property value, I do now here's doing it wrong. For each our property name type of type of vault. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't matter. Well, that's fine. I'm still not looking at this right. Typical. Set. I don't want to get value, I want set value. swore I was doing this. All right. So I'm blanking on here. Blanking on here what I'm trying to do here. Our property name. Okay, these are times when you just feel stupid because I mean it's deep in my head and now I just cannot think how I'm setting these values here. Set property value. Example. Example of doing this. Come on. There we go. That's okay. That's more what I do. So we do results, property info, equals results get property. Target type. Oh, what? Hold on. I'm doing this wrong. Type equal type of that. Just that. Oh, not that. Type. Then in here, we do property info. Property info equals type dot get property name. Actually, still might not be doing it 100% right. And then we do property info set value results get configuration value property.name. And this is not going to work exactly right yet, but that's I'll fix it here in a moment. Property name, and then the label. That's not going to work because right now that property name links. Property name is portal, but it actually should be. It's going to be links : portal. All right, so if I use and this is fine because this is all internal. So if I use a naming nomenclature that the name of that can I get the name of a type? Back here real quick. Oh, let's clean up some of the stuff I had in here. Yeah, that's fine. No, I do want to clean. I don't need all this anymore. Those in there for the moment. I want to do okay. I want to run this. I'm just curious if I have this. have that, and then console, oh, yeah, typo, links. I think this should just work right. Okay, there we go. And that should return me links, right? Build errors. Comment out. Yeah, and that returns me links. Okay, cool. So basically, we'll have a naming structure. That just means we need to make sure we use it, which is fine. I think this is a good way of doing this. Back to app configuration. And then to here, type thing. There we go. That will give me what I'm looking for. All right, so that will set that property value. Full beans, and then really earn results. Not convert object to type. Okay. That. Just curious. Hold on. Did I not do that? There we go. There we go. Now I have to cast it at the end, which is good. One second. I just want to. Absolutely nothing that I'm doing on the stream here, but I want to make myself a quick note. So I'm moving to the stream elements, just getting started with that. One thing, so it's got the tweet on here, which I did turn on, but I definitely didn't mean to have their tweet show up. I wonder if there's a way for me to turn that off, because I don't really. I mean. On this, do I really care that Var was the #1 game in April? That's kind of cool to see, but all right. So this is not. Oh, you not explicitly convert object to type. First convert version is this. Are you missing a cast? So what? I have to cast it here. Oh, okay. No matter what, I have to cast it. Well, that's interesting. I still like it. Casting there and then casting it down here because I like my return statement to be simple. All right, so that's nice. All right, so now we have that. Now let's go back to our browser window. Let's make sure go to the portal. Make sure we have values for these here before I go run this thing. I wonder what I was working on yesterday. Getting the Copalooza website ready. Which reminded me of why, I started this last week with the whole need to rebuild the Copalooza website because, oh man, it took me way too long to make some simple updates last night. That was just insane. They weren't really simple updates, but still, it took me longer than it should have. All right, I want to look in here in Configuration Explorer. I want to make sure I have links front page and links portal. Okay, I just wanted to verify that. So now let's switch back to here. So this should work as is. Take that off. Let's do, oh. Okay, well this will be fine. The way But now I could do just do a var links new that, and then no, I didn't even do that. Just do a var links equals app configuration links. Oh, duh. Get configuration value links, and we'll do dev. Right, and then console write line links dot front page, and console write line links dot portal. And I see that should run just fine. Should, but doesn't. Cannot be converted to. Oh. Okay, no problem. You know, the reason I did is once I turn on code analysis, it's not going to like the fact that I have. Well, actually, neither one of say the URL. You put in URL, it doesn't like it. It tells you, yeah, if you're doing a URL, it should do it as a. There we go, and we got those values. Cool. That's cool. Now, that is pretty darn cool. Now what I want to do in here, okay, so we're going to have, because I'm going to declare one, so we'll have a links, but an empty constructor, nothing else I need in there. But now I want a links. And in here, we'll pass in the label. And this will just making this a little bit simpler. So let's just do app configuration. People want to seem to do that without having everything in there. Get value links. Label. Right. Go. And then we would just. Well, this seems silly. Yeah, just don't worry about that. I don't think. Well, maybe that was the right way of doing it. Yeah. Okay. And then we would just do portal equals links portal, and then front page equals links front page. Okay. And then that should allow us to do over here. It's just a little simpler. Turn that. And then that should turn the same things, just now with the QA sentence. All right, great. Now, what I want to do, so I want to handle the default values, which actually should already be mostly handled. What I want to do, I think at the moment this is going to break if I don't give it a label, because Portal doesn't have a default value. I think I'm going to get a 404. Let's just test it real quick. So if I give this string empty. Now that is the interesting thing. I can't just do this doing any normal links. Because otherwise I could. Yeah. Maybe ignore what I'm saying. But all right. Let's just try this first. I think this is gonna break. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. It's gonna give me a 404. And I'm going to assume really should have stepped through this. Make sure this is doing exactly what I think it's doing. So right now I'm on the portal. Portal I think does have a value. No, portal does not have a value. All right, and it is going to break. Okay. Now just to verify, I skip this setting much. And that works. And sure enough, you just get that one value. That's right. Okay. So what I want to do is not try block. Oh, what is the error message in the back? Need to run it again. I need to see what error I'm getting. So I'm getting a request failed exceptions status 404. All right. So Azure request failed exception, and it's a 404. All right. So capture that real quick. Now, that on a try block. And then we can try and catch a request failed exception. And I'm trying to do something, I forgot how to do it. Pretty sure I can actually catch these even further. C sharp, I want to keep that. C sharp, exception, catch, exception, when. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, the when. Maybe it's not one. They're not it's just there we go. That's what when x dot status. Okay. In here. Oh. Okay. C sharp exception. There we go. That's oh, okay. There's what I'm missing. So it should be when x dot status equals There we go. And then, you know, so if this happens, really not gonna do anything. We're just gonna nothing to do. Property error, just to be, yeah. Cool. Cool. All right. So now this should work. Shouldn't need any breakpoints. And sure enough, it worked. It means it's just going to be an empty string. Here, just to add a little bit of validation in here. Type. There we go. And sure enough, now we see I did the wrong flash. Yeah, I did the wrong slash. Alright. Just for completeness sake, there we go. So we see front page, it's got that value, and then the portal has a value. Now it's interesting. I kind of wonder, you know, do we want something to handle when there, you know, when there isn't a default value? I think I'm gonna add as a to-do item. Might not get to that today, but that would be something good to add in here. Handle no values or default app big values. Handle when. No. Okay. Good enough to explain what I'm talking about there. All right, cool. Just a little bit of cleanup here because I like things to be clean. I don't really need that one. Technically, don't need that. Yeah. I couldn't remember if I needed that or not. All right, so there. Now so our for each, got that in there. So that works. I mean, that really meets our needs, right? So now we can populate these. Would be nice. Because it'd be nice if I could just declare new links and I would get that. But that would cause recursion. I don't think this. I think it's gonna blow up miserably. Well, plus, oh no, you'd want. Okay, never mind. You want that because you. 9 out of 10 times you're going to want to pass in. Not even 9 out of 10 times. 99% of the time, we're gonna know the label that we want, right? We're not just gonna be grabbing values, right? So, all right. I was trying to think. I mean, it would be nice if I could do it that way. But this way, I just have to declare with the label in there. So that's easy enough. And even when I mix this into whatchamacallit in there, GraphQL, that should just work just. All right. That's cool. Basically, we do the same thing there. No big deal. I almost think, you know, I had this to-do item in here. I'm going to take that out. I mean, it's just really the definition. I mean, again, I just don't think we're going to use default value. I don't want to say that either. I hate, you know, because if it is the same value across the board, right? But we just want to be able to change it. Yeah, I really hate that we have to create, because really we have more, because we have dev tests, we have dev QA, staging, demo, what we call the B site, so like our basically our playground area, and in production, right? So I mean, I got a bunch of different environments in there. I'd hate that I would, you know, if it really is the same across, I do want to handle it. So, all right, let me think about how I'm going to handle that. I thought I was going to do that later on, about 20 minutes before I need to start wrapping up. So handling a default app configuration. You know, I really think it basically handles better than just this, right? Basically being able to say, if there is a default value in there, go and grab, so if there's not, what am I saying? Hold on, maybe what I'm thinking maybe this just works just fine. No, okay. I'm thinking of it the wrong way, the other way around. So let's go back in here. Thank you, Dixon, for helping me on that code there in your blog. Let's go in here. Okay, I want to okay. Let's create another one. Let's another key value. We'll call this links. And links. And this one will be default value. We're going to test something. And then here we'll give it a value of default. Why not? Give it no label. Apply that. Now I've got that, right? So there would be the one, like if we didn't need differences in the environments, we just needed a setting. For whatever reason, right? So now, what I want to be able to do, come back here, I call it default. I need to go in here, fine. Public string default, get set. All right, so just do it like that. And now if we run this, we're just gonna error off. No, it didn't, okay, it didn't error off. Probably give me a 404. Oh wait, I'm not printing it. Well, where's it going? Program. Okay, so it's blank. That's going to give me a 404. Kind of interesting. Okay, we're in Portal, so not worry about that. Oh, and of course I actually put the breakpoint in place. Breakpoint there. Run this. Okay, so now we're in Portal. That should just work fine. Front page, that works just fine. Now we're in default. So goes in here and try to set the value. Oh, well, wait a second. Okay, well that gets its default value. Doesn't. Figuring out what's going on here. Oh, let's just step through it again. Portal. Front page. I mean, this should be value. Use. It's not doing what I expected here at all. Okay, so we're in here. We're going to get the configuration value. There is no label. Okay. What was I working on? Which one has the value? Front page. Okay. Yeah, so that gave, okay, that gave me, okay, that is what I expected to do. And this should be that default blank. And the value is default. Defaults. Okay. Okay. Am I just being really stupid? No. It's a default. Why? I am so confused. Default is now null. It's definitely not doing something that it should be. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are you stupid? My breakpoint back in here, because breakpoint there just in case. Alright, so I'm working on portal. Gonna go get its value. Okay, portal, yeah, portal does not have a value. It gave me a 4-4, which then I just set it to an empty string, because that's what we said we were going to do. Now we're going to come back in here, and now we're working on front page. This one should just work just fine. Okay. And now we're on default. And this should also work just fine. Now, default is default. Okay. An error off or anything like that. Turn off in the results here. Default equals default. I know where I'm forgetting to do this. Go back to links. I got it populate right here. Default equals links default. There we go. I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? I just didn't write one line of code. Now if we run this, there we go. So we got all the values just like we were expecting. And now, but now if I go in here, because here's the other part I want. So go back to program, and now instead of a empty string, go ahead and give us QA. And sure enough, now default is empty. Okay. So instead, what I want to do, okay, so now what I want to do, back into here, and so if it doesn't give me a value, really, I just want to handle it here. These real quick. What am I trying to? Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure I'm in default. Or, yeah, links default. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna get that. Oh, and I get a 4, 4 right out of there. Okay. If we get a 4, 4. I have a little bit of convoluted logic here, and we'll do property info, set value, results, get configuration value, and we'll actually encapsulate that here in a moment, and then no label. Failed exception, EX, when X status equals 4, 4. We'll get done that. And it's 2. I'll make this a little bit better here in a moment. So, hold on, I was just looking at something here. Hey, Freestyle Coder, I noticed you are you're on the chat. Are you streaming at 1 o'clock today? I forget if today's one of your normal days or 12 o'clock your time. Cool. All right, I know who we're raiding. we'll raid. Yeah. Oh, 1 o'clock. Okay, yeah. So 1 o'clock my time, right? Time zones suck. To your time. Oh, okay. Like I said, time zones suck. So I can't raid you. Because I can't be on until 2 o'clock. I actually would like to, but well, at any rate, sure enough, let's see here. Let's see if I got this working right. Definitely, you know, everyone check out Freestyle Coder. You know, that's Chris Gardner down in Alabama. Does some really good stuff on streaming. So check him out at some point. He'll be streaming 2 o'clock Eastern time. Since that's the time zone only matters. Since that's my time zone. Hey, sure. I mean, Chris is just a good all around guy. Definitely someone who I am proud to call a friend. All right. Anyway, enough buttering up my audience. So, all right. So let's see what this does. Yeah, well, you know, so the funny, I mean, talking about time zones, so it's kind of interesting. A lot of people think that Louisville is in Central Time Zone, and I get that a lot of times. I mean, like when I'm calling people and they're trying to arrange times to do a meeting, you're like, oh, okay, so you're Central Time. No, 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 we're Eastern, and it's actually because I mean we're right on the timeline zone. It's maybe 50 miles of us, but then it cuts back over. All right. And my guess, you know, way back when, is Louisville made sure the time zone included in the Eastern just to probably just be more Eastern, right? Because Louisville's always been a little bit more of an elitist town. And I say it with all loving. I love Louisville. All right. At any rate, okay, I'm going to make sure this is doing what I think it's going to do now. So, first one, second one, okay. We'll step through this, it'll bomb. It's gonna be a 404. So then we're gonna do that again. And we should get the value. And now we have everything we want. Just go ahead and there we go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. That is what I wanted. That is what I needed. And pick up the second tab, not there. So now I'm just, is this really the cleanest code? Just trying to think that through. So I got this a try and a try block. I mean, or a try and a catch block, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, why not? Fine. It's easier. And I will say, you know, I'm just looking over the chat one more time. You know, one more thing about you know, Freestyle Coder. So, if you're somewhere anywhere near the Alabama area, and after we get through all this quarantine stuff, definitely check out. Now I'm going to draw Dev Space. Really good conference down in Alabama. Really like that conference. Huntsville, Alabama. Really shame, you know, and another conference I just can't go to this year. But I will say, you know, I gotta give my plug. You know, if you're interested in a conference, tomorrow I'll be talking about Copalooza. You know, definitely a lot of work going into that. We will, you know, it's gonna be a completely online conference, and I'm really excited. I found a really good vendor to help me out, make that work really well. All right, so anyway, I got this. I can now take off this handling here. And I think this does handle everything I need for this. It's good. And right about the time, because it's about time that I start looking, wrap up for the day. Because I have more. So, although I did tell them on my video. Let's see, this is my day off. My day off, but I'm still going to leadership. Yeah. All right, just trying to think if there's anything else I need to do. I don't think so. I think this is really what it does and what I need. Oh, okay. I know what I probably want to add here. I'll add a to-do item in here. To-do. Do not get values if we already have, if they're cached. They are cached. So basically, you know, we look at what I was working on the other day. It's not here. GitHub. So in this project, Oh, I had, set, no, not that one. Get settings have changed, right? So I want to add this in there, which actually I might just end up adding right now. I think it was pretty darn simple. Not if I open up the right file here. I mean, basically, you need this in here. Yeah, no, I better do this before I get too. No. Convince myself I'm gonna do it right now. Let's see how far we can get with this room. Really, in my head, I'm going through. Okay, I told him I might be late. So how much am I gonna say how much am I gonna be late? Since it is my day off. I don't want to be too late. It is with all the other leaders of the company. Yeah, so. But it's fine. I mean, so this is a week. We do this meeting every week, and one of the first things we do that we do is we do good news. Yeah, so what is good news with you? I always hate coming. I never know what to say. I'm like, I don't know. I'm alive. My computer's working. That's good news, right? All right. So in here, So we're gonna get this. And then, if I remember right, but then you gotta, then you cache that. All right. Yeah, let's not add this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do more into that. All right. So we've got that to do item in here. All right, good. No, I think that was a good, about an hour's worth of work on this in here. I got this working, actually, I mean, this is usable as of right now. I mean, I could easily move this over to a web API and get what I need, right? The basis of what I need, just being able to provide my Angular app and my iOS app and my Android app access to these values. But like I said, I want to do a little bit more with it. So I want to put in some GraphQL, which I haven't done. I mean, like I said, I did a Pluralsight course, right? So that's probably working on Friday. Tomorrow is all going to be about Copalooza, right? So we'll talk about Copalooza, talk about what we're doing. Been preparing a couple things to, just some slides, really just kind of keep me on point. So that'll be tomorrow. With that, I should look on this little button here. I definitely want to thank everyone for watching. Let's take a look real quick. Who is out there? Who's streaming right now? Click on the right URL here. CodeRush is on. Microsoft Developer is on. Those are all great. Anyone who is on? Let's see who's on. Who is on Live Coders? Okay, so I just blew everyone's ears out. Okay, so Johanna Lux is on. She's always on.
Allgemein mal Algorithmus mal testen zu können.
I do this. Python, CodeRush. Okay, let's just go over to Microsoft Developer. I mean, basically, which is Build Conference. And right now they're talking about building a Microsoft Teams app powered by Microsoft Graph. That's that's. Oh, they're not going to see me come in. But anyway, thanks everyone for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed today. I definitely did. Like I said, I'm moving everyone over to Microsoft Developer. But hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thanks everybody.
Should I go? Or if I do, how do I get in touch with someone? So quickly, with Grace and